Day 10 of 100 Days, 100 Emotions. Today we're talking about apprehension, such an interesting emotion to talk about and to discuss today. I want to remind you that I have plenty of room for you if you're interested in joining us, being a featured guest to talk about an emotion that has you have experienced that has been a teacher for you in your life. I would love to have you on here. I want people of all ages, shapes, size, colors, everything, backgrounds. I want such a diverse. I want to diversify here. So let me know if you would like to join me. I would love to have you. Also remember that I do not know the stories that the people are sharing because I want to be in the moment. I want to hear them for the first time along with you so that we can enjoy that together. Okay, let's get into it. My guest today is a friend of mine, a local friend of mine, who we have a lot in common. And I really connect with her. And I'm so glad that she's willing to join us today. This is my friend, Nikia. Thank you, Nick, thank you so much for being here. I'm so excited that you chose to spend your time with us today, Nikia.
Thanks for asking me to come.
Of
It's a pleasure.
course, of course. I wanted you to be a part of this.
Yes.
Oh, okay. So apprehension. Let's talk about apprehension today. I have let's see, where's my text? All right, our text about apprehension today says that apprehension is a natural response to uncertainty. It's a state of being on edge where your thoughts are focused on the potential negative outcomes rather than the present moment. Now, this rings true for me. I don't know if it does for you and for the viewers, but it's a natural response to uncertainty. Apprehension comes about when I feel uncertain about something. I'm one who I like to control the outcome. I like to know what's going to happen. And so there's a lot of uncertainty in my life. And so I have experienced apprehension a lot in my life because just for that reason, because of the uncertainty. But the feeling on edge, where your thoughts are focused on the negative things instead of the present moment, that is such a struggle. I think we all deal with that. We all need to be more focused on the present moment instead of what if. I experience that a lot. And so let me know, Nikia, if this rings true for you and whatever the story is that you have to share.
Mhm.
I'm going to ship it over to you. It's your turn. Let's hear what you have to share with us about apprehension.
Yes. Apprehension was and is a big thing in my life. Having medical problems, there was a lot of times that the doctors would say, we need to try this medicine or that medicine. And you're apprehensive because you're like, what is the outcome? We don't know. Maybe you've had reactions to medications before, or they haven't worked, or, there's just a lot of things running through our head. And so, with years and years and years of medical issues, this is ring true a lot in those. And there's times that it still does. Um, you know, just being in pain all the time, it just can wear down your emotions, and we tend to think on the negative side, and then we get more apprehensive on just our outcome in general. And so yes, I do. I do have this in my life. I try to think more on the positive side when I can, and these emotions will still come up. It's how we use them, like how we let them get in our day, or how far we let it take us, because it could take us down a rabbit hole pretty quick. And then with that, I've dealt with a lot of depression over the years, and I'm in a much better place. But all that is, it's a stem from apprehension.
Yeah.
Like I looked up different words for apprehension. It was like dread, worry, anxiety, uncertainty, fear, and we could let that run our lives, or we can take hold of something else that's more positive, and not go down those rabbit holes. And because we can doomsday ourselves easily.
So easily.
Yeah.
So easily. Absolutely. I can relate to so much of what you're saying. Obviously, we have a lot in common when it comes to health issues and pain. We have
Mhm.
connected on that multiple times. And I so relate to what you're saying with the apprehension around that, because for 6 years, it took them 6 years to figure out that I have dysautonomia or POTS. And
Mhm.
so I was going to so many specialists trying to, please, someone figure out what's wrong with me so that you can help me. And that nobody could. And so I got to the point where the apprehension of why should I even try? Someone would say, well, there's a specialist here that maybe can help you. And I got to be so apprehensive about that. Like, why should I try? I've tried all these others. They're not working. They don't know. Nobody's going to figure out what's wrong with me.
Mhm.
And so I had to get to the point where I had to change my thinking around it and
Yes.
be more appreciative of, okay, there is a new specialist. Maybe this person will know, and give it a chance. Just give it the opportunity and see it from a different perspective. And 6 years down the road, finally found someone who knew which test to run, who knew what to look for. And he ended up being in my own backyard. He was at OU Medical Center, and I had been all around different states.
Yes,
But
you
this guy
have.
was this guy ended up being at OU Med Center, so which was
Wow.
pretty wild. But that experience has changed my thinking as far as apprehension goes, that I need to see it in a different perspective. I need to be open to what the options are, or the things that are coming my way, instead of automatically they're uncertain, I'm going to push them away. So
Right.
I feel like you can probably relate to that too.
Yes. Very much so.
Yeah.
Like if you start at one doctor and you hear of another one, it's like you have to tell your story all over again. And it's tough because if you have an extensive history, the doctors get overwhelmed and you get
Yes.
overwhelmed. But, I think changing our thought pattern and, I think apprehension could work with us in a positive way. Like if you're feeling some kind of apprehension, it doesn't mean it's a negative. There could be something that is holding you back from doing a certain thing that could ultimately save your life. So,
That's good. So good. Yeah, it can apply to so many areas of life. We really don't think about it. And that's one of the reasons I'm doing this, is to help us understand
yeah,
that emotions are such a huge part. They play a huge role in our lives.
yeah,
And once we can identify them and understand how we can use them to help us,
yes,
literally, it can change our lives. It can be life changing for
yes,
us.
yes.
So
Yeah,
I'm
I was
so
thinking about that this morning. There can be a good and a bad to just about any of the different emotions that are out there. It's just how we use them. And if we let them take flight in our life in a negative way, we'll follow it. And I don't want to follow negative.
yeah, exactly. That's so good, because there are positive and negative emotions,
Mhm.
but they are not good or bad. They
Right.
just are. They're considered positive or negative, but we can use them in whatever way we choose to.
Yeah.
And so you're absolutely right that it's all about us and our perspective and how we choose to use them, how we choose to go about applying them in our lives. And I love that so much. Oh, so good. Okay, so is there anything else that you want to add before we move to our image?
Um, no, I don't think so. I don't think so.
Okay, all right. So if you have seen any of these before, you know this is coming. If not, this is all new to you. So let me explain what I've done. I have taken an AI image generator and asked it to create an image that represents the feeling of apprehension. And it's wild to me, the images that this thing comes up with. And so I'm going to pop this image up, and I would like for us to just take a look at it and see, in your opinion, how it represents apprehension. To all the viewers out there, I would love your interpretation of it too, because my mind struggles with creativity sometimes. I don't see things that are right in front of my face if it's in a creative way sometimes. So I need help in that way. So you guys can help me see this. So let me pop this up here and then I'll full screen it so we can see it a little bit easier. Why isn't it popping up? Okay. It's not going to let me. Oh, goodness. Okay. Hold on just a second. Oh, my goodness. What is wrong with this? Okay. I may not be able to full screen it. It's not going to let me. I don't know what's happening today. It must be one of those days. Can you see that at all, Nikia?
Yeah.
Huh? You can. Okay. So sorry. All right. I don't know what's happening today.
You're fine.
It's not liking this, but maybe we can see it enough from here to interpret it a little bit.
Yeah, there's a lot going on.
There is a lot going on. It's the splashing around, the like flailing of colors in the background, the images in the foreground with the balls that are dripping.
Yeah.
It's like there are patterns, but they're just all over the place.
Right. It's like they're apprehensive of where to put the colors and what shapes. There's like in the middle, it looks like a guy diving.
Oh.
And then there's another one underneath.
Yeah, I didn't see that, but yeah, I totally see that now. Yeah. It's like I can see the uncertainty in this picture.
Yes.
Like it's definitely there.
That's really neat that it's giving you different, different images every time. And it does, go with the word.
Yeah, they're definitely accurate. Some of the others have been like spot on. Like, how does this happen? It's just, it really blows my mind. And I know that that it's not a complete AI generator because people had to program it, to do what it does, but it's pretty fascinating. So I love popping those up there because it just gives us another insight into that emotion and seeing it from a creative perspective instead of just us on here talking.
Yeah.
Okay. So, excuse me. I have decided in the last few episodes that I want to end with a question. And the question today is, what usually makes you apprehensive? So if you're watching, I would love for you to join our conversation and respond with your answer to this question. Your response, every time you comment, it helps more people see these. So if you have found these helpful or think other people will find them helpful, please share them, please respond, please comment, please answer the questions so that you can join our conversation so we can get to know you too. And so here's the question. What usually makes you apprehensive? I'm going to go with uncertainty, anything that's uncertain, which, that's part of what apprehension is. It's about uncertainty. Mm-hmm. But like I said, I like to be in control of things. I like to know what's happening and when it's happening. And so anything that's uncertain usually brings about a sense of apprehension to me. What do you think, Nikia?
I think like something that would create fear, like a fearful feeling would make me apprehensive of doing something. And that's what happened like in my medical, a lot of times with different medications that they wanted to try. I was apprehensive because of the fear.
Oh, that's good. And it is true. And those other words that you listed, it is true. They're all kind of intertwined. Like it doesn't just come by itself. Right. It comes with a conglomeration of other emotions too. Yeah. And I think that's important for us to know as well. Okay, so there's the question. We will end with just telling you a little bit more about Nikia and what she does and what she has to offer. If you would like to work with her, get to know her better, I will be tagging her in the description above. But she also has a photography. She's a photographer. So tell us just a little bit about that, Nikia.
I can do just about any photography. I'm working on a new niche with sports. But I could do family photography, you name it. And I built a small studio that I'm still getting up and running in my yard, but it's just been a blessing. I love working with people, and I love when people love their images. So
Yeah, and they're so important. And you're in the Oklahoma City area, right?
I'm in Blanchard, but
Okay.
yeah, I don't know
Okay.
where. It's
Well,
outside the city, but closer to Norman, Newcastle.
okay. Her business is called Rustic Rose Photography on Facebook. You can find her page there to contact her, or you can click the in the description. I will tag her there, so you can send her a friend request there. So I know she'd be happy to help you. She's an amazing person. I have loved getting to know her so much. And Nikia, I thank you so much for your time today, giving us insight into what your world is like when it comes to apprehension.
Yeah.
And it just means a lot to me that you chose to be here today.
Yes.
All right, guys. Well, that's it for today. I'm going to excuse me, be about my day, try to rest, because my body is telling me 100 days is a lot, but it's okay. I think it's worth it. I think it's worth the sacrifice that it takes for me to get on here and share this with you, because it's a mission that I have dedicated myself to. And I hope you're enjoying it. Again, if you feel like it's helpful for other people and for yourself, please share it with others. Let me know if you would like to be involved. I would love to have you as a guest on here. Either send me a message or add a comment to this feed, and I will definitely get in touch with you. All right, guys. I will see you guys tomorrow for another 100 Days, 100 Emotions.
One thing.
Yeah.
You can only eat an elephant in bite-sized pieces. So take your 100 days in bite-sized pieces.
Ooh, I love that. That's so good.
And what?
Yes, one bite at a time, one day at a time.
Yes.
Yeah. So good.
You have a blessed day.
All right. You too. Thank you so much. Bye, guys.
Thank you. Bye.